One thing I've learned from doing movie junkets is that studios and often talent don't love it when you ask them about other movies besides the one they're promoting. But of course, sometimes viewers are more interested in those other movies, so it's a delicate dance between interviewer and interviewee. However, when a potential Star Wars headline is at stake, subtlety tends to go out the window. Thus, Paramount's frustration that when anyone and everyone is interviewing JJ Abrams about Star Trek Into Darkness, the conversation inevitably turns to Star Wars Episode 7, probably sooner rather than later. So over the weekend, the studio and Abrams tried to address the issue directly with an article in the New York Times about how he's planning to balance the two. But instead, what we really got was a peek inside the disorganized mind of JJ Abrams. Basically, the sci-fi auteur admits to being overtaxed with bad robot projects. From the Star Trek and Mission Impossible franchises, MI5 was just greenlit, to their multiple TV shows. Abrams openly confesses to never being very good at focusing on one thing, and that it was that quality which delayed the Star Trek sequel for so long. Even his closest allies, like Svengali scripter Damon Lindelof, end up casting Abrams in a bad light when trying to defend him. It's not that the guy has ADD, says Lindelof. When he's talking about Trek, he's talking about Trek. It's just wrangling him into that moment where he can engage creatively. Why would Kathleen Kennedy and Disney-owned LucasFilm send a guy into deep space who already seems to be lost out there? Recently, Kennedy boasted that Abrams would likely direct Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9. But how long is that going to take with him at the helm? The original 3 films came out every 3 years, as did the prequels. But today, thanks to Marvel, audiences are coming to expect a new franchise entry every year, at least. And Disney has promised that for Star Wars, saying they will alternate between sequel and spin-off films every year. Initially, Abrams himself realized this was just too much of a commitment for him and turned Kennedy down, but eventually he just couldn't resist. What does this mean for Star Trek 3? Abrams won't say, but he will produce the film and knows Paramount isn't likely to let him take another 4 years like he did between the first two. Still, he's not giving up on his chance to direct, even though it worked so well when he passed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol onto Brad Bird. So do you think something as big as the Star Wars franchise should simply be on JJ Abrams' plate? Or would it have been smarter for Disney and Lucasfilm to pick someone who could focus almost entirely on the brand, such as Joss Whedon on their Marvel Universe? After all, and I know some of you will be upset with me for saying this, but look at how the Batman movies lost focus once Christopher Nolan turned his attention to other projects like Inception, a dream project for him in more ways than one, and now Interstellar, which is his brother Jonathan's dream project. Will such a lack of focus affect Man of Steel as well? I know you have opinions on this subject, and if you want to blow off some steam, I found a way for you to do so. There is this website called Opinion Outpost, where you fill out surveys about upcoming products from major companies. And for your time, you could potentially win not just Amazon gift cards, but 10 grand is up for grabs every 3 months. So check it out via the link down below. It's free to sign up, and I've also included a link to that New York Times article. And of course, I hope you'll share your opinions about Star Trek 3 versus Star Wars Episode 7 in the comments down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.